Hi, everybody. Welcome to A Few Minutes with the Mayor with Neville Hall. Sorry, folks. I was fixing this collar about the time they told us we were going live. But anyway, I'm Debbie Moore. Welcome to A Few Minutes with the Mayor, Mayor Neville Hall of Eden, North Carolina. And we're excited to have you with us tonight. And we have a lot of things to go over tonight. I mean, there's been a lot going on in the city of Eden.
As our shows have been, we cover a lot of information in a short time.
We do. We want you to stay up to date on everything happening right here in your county, and most specifically, your city of Eden.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, let's start off with, you know, we've been talking for the last few months about different projects that are going on over there, like the Bridge Street parking lot, the Washington Street all these things that are going on now. Let's talk about what's happening now.
Well, actually, June 30th, this Saturday, is apparently the fiscal year end for us and a lot of companies because that's and deadlines for grants and things. So this is going to be a very busy week in the city of Eden. Let's just hope it doesn't rain because they got a lot to get done. The Bridge Street Municipal Lot, the pavers are supposed to be back on Monday and finished by the 30th.
That's right. There's some grant dollars used for this. Okay.
By then. The 622 Washington Street is not quite as pressing. It's not going to be finished until about mid-August because there's a lot to do there. The Fieldcrest Road, the public space, we used to call it the Pocket Park. They're under construction there now. Again, June 30th, completion date expected.
And that's in the Draper area?
Section, yep. And then the other one that's been under construction for a while and delayed for weather is the Matrimony Creek, the Greenway project that's out there, and it's scheduled to be completed by June 30th. So
whoa!
Maybe we can get all those done this week.
That'll be cool. And I just want to go back and ask a question. The dog park is up and going.
It's running.
The pads for the camping RVs is ready. All of this stuff is ready at Freedom Park.
It is, and actually when we get into upcoming events, there is a big event coming up at Freedom Park. I would imagine each of those facilities will get more use.
Get a lot more use. All right. All right, then let's talk, because everybody is always asking you, as though you have control over it, or the city has control over it, which they don't, about Lidl. And there's been a press release, so let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, as we've said and maintained the whole time that people question what the city can or can't do for Lidl, we've maintained the city has no control over their business decisions that they make. There's an article that was out in the Herald Sun yesterday or today. I read it today. I don't know if it came out yesterday or not. And the entire company, the business model that they tried to roll out in the United States has not been what they expected it to be, and they are pulling out of different cities. I don't know that there are as many that they've gotten as far along as we have. The cities like Cary and I think one in Charlotte may be suing them, but they haven't gotten the construction going there. They just had done some development work, and the developers are suing the company. But you know, it's still yet to be seen what they'll do with the store that they've gotten so far along with in Eden. Whether they'll open it or try to sell it, we never know, and we never have had any influence over what they do other than granting them whatever permits they ask for, and we've always been we've worked with them the whole time. So, you know.
Well, the shell is complete.
It is. It's a very nice building.
It's a beautiful building.
Big parking lot.
Is there anything on the inside yet?
I haven't been in it. I think it's just basically shell space, which if it's not going to be a grocery store, that would be ideal because then you can make it what you want.
Yes, you could.
Instead of having to spend a bunch of money to move walls and things. So, there are numerous things you could use it for, but, you know.
The City of Eden could buy it and it'll become our event center.
Then it will be a city project. We don't need it.
Sorry, folks. That was just kind of off the cuff and shouldn't have been said.
Right.
You know, a girl could wish.
All right. Maybe you can write a check.
Yeah. You've got a retiree coming up here, and she's been with the city for a long time.
She has. I just wanted to touch base on something because this is a person who works very closely with the public a lot. On the end of this month, Charlene Thompson is retiring. She's been our city clerk. She's worked for the city for 22 years, and like I said, she's the point of contact for a lot of information. And on Tuesday night at City Council, we voted to promote Deanna Hunt from Deputy City Clerk to City Clerk, which was a natural progression. She's been with Charlene. She knows how to do the job, and will do a fine job. We're going to miss Charlene, but we're excited to have Deanna there because she'll be the person that people get in touch with.
And Deanna is a very talented lady. I know she does a lot of the graphic designing for the event flyers and all that stuff that comes out of the city. So I think you got yourself a jewel there, but we
Yeah.
are going to miss Charlene.
Yeah, so we
Very
just
much.
want to wish her a happy retirement, and
Yeah.
like I said, we're excited to have somebody there
Yep.
to replace her.
All right, we also need to talk about, and we've talked to you a couple of months about this, it's the Citizens Academy that's coming up. And there's still some slots available, correct?
Correct. Well, I just wanted to mention that applications are being taken now. The program runs August 16th through October the 11th, and then the graduation ceremony is at the City Council meeting in October. Basically, you must be 18 years old or older, and it's limited to 20 people, and the contact is Deanna Hunt,
Yeah.
our new city clerk. And
There we go.
Her phone number is the City Hall number, 623-2110. Her extension is 3020. If you'd like to call and sign up or call and get information, you don't necessarily have to attend each week, but they want you to attend as many as you can, and it's a very informative way to learn the workings of the city. So you're invited to call Deanna and sign up for that.
Yeah, that sounds like a great thing. You know, I think we all need to know more about the workings of our city, and I think it makes us better citizens living
Yeah.
in our
If you
city.
can understand why things are being done the way they are.
And that's one of the
you're more
reasons we're doing this show
accepting.
for
Yeah.
you. So hopefully you can get a better understanding of what is happening in your city. Also, Get Fit Rockingham,
Get Fit
that's
Rockingham.
ongoing.
It's ongoing. I just wanted to mention that if you want to sign up, you can go by the Eden Chamber, you pick up your T-shirt, you get a chance to win prizes, and there are incentives to lead a healthier lifestyle.
Are there weigh-ins or anything
No,
like that?
no, you're not subject to any weight restrictions, but if you sign up and you complete the program, you go in the drawing for prizes that are drawn. I think it's at Riverfest. That's the way it has been for years. So
Gotcha.
If you go by there and pick up your T-shirt and sign up, and they have discounts at health places and incentives to try to get people to live a healthier lifestyle. So it started as an Eden project. Now it's called Get Fit Rockingham because other municipalities realize that it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
And it's been well received, and we want people to continue to do it. That's funded by grant money too. So go by and sign up and get your
And they go
T-shirt.
to the Eden Chamber, right?
Eden Chamber.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I was reading an article in the Greensboro News and Record recently. You guys are getting a nice little chunk of change.
Yeah, from the state.
From the state.
Exactly right. The General Assembly passed the budget last week, and in there, of course, there are hundreds of pages of budget items, and within that, this particular year, we were able to be approved and awarded some additional funding through the state that we normally don't get, and it's going to go towards funding some Parks and Rec projects, which we have those ongoing all the time, so any funding we can get from an outside source, including the state, is wonderful. Another big piece for this year's budget coming to us is it's $1 million for the extension of the water line to the Berry Hill Park.
I think that's a big piece of this.
It can be a game changer once we get that project up and running. And these types of things, we're trying to fund the water line without having to do any kind of, or as little as we can, to the citizens having to pay for it. We're well over halfway funding it with grants and money from the state. So we're working on that. And then another wonderful part of this year's budget with the state is they are giving money, or sending money to the UNC Rockingham, the hospital that we were very fortunate is still in Eden. And I left an event there to come here at the Cancer Center, and we were talking before going on the air that Cancer Center had closed and now it's reopened, and I just took a tour of the place for the open house, and it's going to become one of the state-of-the-art facilities, and they've got doctors in from UNC, and we're so fortunate that people who have to have treatment can stay home and do it, and we're just so glad that they're here, and we're glad that they got some money from the state budget this year too, and it's just thanks to our legislators, and
Right.
and we just are fortunate that some money's coming to some small cities finally.
Well, you said that, but how many jobs? We said something a few minutes ago about 700
Yeah,
jobs. Is that the hospital?
The hospital, had it closed, which it was very
A possibility, yeah.
then we would have lost. I think it's about 700 jobs.
Oh, that's a large employer.
It is, and that would have devastated us, and not having the hospital there too would have been a tough thing for the citizens. So we're fortunate to have that and the jobs and the support of the state to continue to improve it so that it'll be the place people want to go be treated.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we have a lot of events coming up in the city of Eden, too. And we're not going to go through all of them, but we do have a few coming up. And, Jonathan, this is where your first flyer will come up. This is your 69th Racers Reunion.
Yeah, we've done in the past. We try to cover these chronologically.
Right.
These I'll try to do them in the order they're coming up. We may jump around a little bit, but we don't have enough time to spend to describe each event.
Right.
We want to put the information out so that people know that they're going on. So this Saturday, the 23rd, are actually two events: the 69th annual Racers Reunion, or 69th Racers Reunion. It's at the Railroad Cafe. It's from 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock, and they're going to have all kinds of cars and people and stuff talking about the old Draper Speedway. So Railroad Cafe from 9 to 3. And on the same day, Three Rivers AACA, they're having a car show and a swap meet. And that'll be going from 8 until 2 at Tractor Supply parking lot on Van Buren Road. They're going to have awards for different classes, and I think it's 35 class awards.
Wow.
So Three Rivers AACA. I think if you go to find their website, you can pre-register for that. And it looks like if you're a car lover, you could spend all day in Eden.
Isn't it the truth? All of us folks that love the cars.
Yeah, you do.
Love those old cars. All right, you can take that down now, Jonathan. Okay, let's start with the July 4th
July
parade.
4th it's always been a great day in the whole country, but in Eden we take a lot of pride in the celebrations.
Yeah.
And actually this event, the first one I'm talking about, it's at 9:30 in the morning on July 4th. It's the 23rd annual, we'll call it a neighborhood parade. It starts at Fair Funeral Home. It's a very short parade. It's a very patriotic parade. I had friends from out of town come last year, and they were just impressed with the patriotic atmosphere, and it just is a fun event.
I love it because you guys do your own thing. It's not a floats, big floats and all this. They have golf carts that they've decorated.
You can enter anything you want to. Or you can be on the side of the road and watch what all these people have entered.
You can even drive your vehicle down the road with your boat on the back of it, you know, and just get it ready.
That's at 9:30 on July 4th. It starts and ends at Fair Funeral Home. So if you're in town, I'd suggest you go by and see that. And then that's a great day, weather permitting, to float the river after the parade.
Yes.
And then take advantage of some of the outdoor activities we have. And then follow that up with the Kiwanis old-fashioned 4th celebration they've had as long as I can remember at the Morehead High School. The gates open at 2 o'clock that day, and then they'll have the fireworks at 10. So there's your full day for July 4th without having to leave Eden.
Isn't it the truth? I mean, you go see the fireworks, then you float down the river, and then you
first.
That's right. Go to the parade, float down the river, then go to one of the many restaurants there in town, have some lunch, maybe a late lunch. Go on over to Morehead High. And I think they have music and food and all that stuff.
And games and rides, and then the fireworks at 10, and you'll be ready for bed.
Hey, I'd be under the bed by then, I think. Whew, that's a full day.
Just take your time. You can get it.
Ease into it.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Dixie Youth thing coming back in here.
This goes back to the Freedom Park thing I was mentioning earlier. July 13th through the 17th. The Dixie Youth Ozone statewide tournament is being held at Freedom Park in Eden. We're just extremely excited to have these people coming in from out of town to play this baseball tournament here. I mean, there'll be people from all over the state, and the hotels and restaurants will definitely see business from that. And you know, I just want the people of Eden and the area to make our out-of-town guests feel welcome. So they'll continue to bring this tournament to Eden, and they've done it several years. And we have great facility, and that's where I think this will be the first time that we've had the RVs available, RV spots available. I imagine they'll probably be used in the dog park and other things, because people do travel and like to stay there close by their ball fields.
Well, I can assure you, my grandson is in travel ball. They spend buku money whatever town they're in, because you don't have your home to go back to, and they leave on Friday and they don't come back till Sunday night.
Right.
So
well, this one is the 13th through the 17th, so we should see some out-of-town guests.
Heads in beds.
That's right.
And then the Boulevard.
The Boulevard, one of our favorite areas to discuss, and on July the 14th, the Boulevard Merchants will be hosting a car show and a crab boil from 11 to 1. This is a new event. Actually, all these things at the Boulevard, they're doing, they're new events.
They are
because
new.
it's been so long since they've had any activity there that, you know, just, we need to show how much appreciation we have for the efforts of the merchants and the property owners that are doing what they can to revitalize that area. So that's July the 14th from 11 to 1, and the money that they make on that, they're going to put back into Boulevard properties.
Yeah.
Boulevard revitalization.
Well, I know that the food truck rodeo was a wonderful
Wonderful
success,
event,
and
yep.
it was really great. I went down.
Yeah.
It was a really cool day.
It was a good. It was. I talked to a vendor there and said I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
I
good to hear.
I even found a vendor for another event that I needed. So that was a great thing there. It was a win-win. And then comes one of my favorite, and Jonathan, this is your next flyer, one of my favorite events, Shaggin' on Fieldcrest.
It is. It's July 21st. It's Shaggin' on Fieldcrest, and of course Jim Quick and Coastline will be back. And I said before, he loves to announce he's in Draper, North Carolina.
He's in Draper.
That's on the 21st. It's from 7 to 10. Like I said, in Draper, there'll be food available. There's a beer garden. There'll be merchandise available. And this year, actually, there's a local business that was started by a couple from Eden that's called Preppy Pirate, and they are the official licensed merchandise for Jim Quick. They're going to be on site there selling their merchandise, so I'd love to see people come out and support that local business. And I spoke with the owner of that business today, and it's Chris Nelson. He said that he's excited about being there, and he's actually, they do all kinds of other events in Eden. Actually, they've been having concerts and things. He's got one coming up this Saturday at the Eden Ballroom. If you want to go to preppypirate.com, I think you can still get tickets for that one. I think Jim Quick's going to be there Saturday.
Wow.
So that was the plan, and he said today they still had tickets. But you know, we're just excited that somebody has opened a business he's latched on to Jim Quick and Coastline and several other
Well, he's
big
got the
name
Embers.
bands.
He's got several of those big bands.
He'll have his merchandise at Shaggin' on Fieldcrest. So it'll be good to have the hometown boy there.
Yeah, well, yeah, well. All right, and the next thing up is actually Grown and Gathered, and I get to tell you about
Yeah,
this
you do.
one. This is an event, Cindy Adams, who is the coordinator for special events and tourism for the City of Eden. She and I are working on this event together. We will be at the canal down at the, what is it called? Mercantile.
Yep.
And it will be called Grown and Gathered. You will get to have, all of your food will have been gathered from counties around us. Most of it will come from Rockingham County. What we can't get from Rockingham County will come from the counties that touch Rockingham County. All prepared by John Robertson and the chef at, and I'm going to get the name of this wrong, Four Flocks and Lauder out of Greensboro, because they are also a farm-to-table restaurant, and that's what this event is. It's like a farm-to-table experience. We want you to get to know your farmers. There will be live music. Mel doesn't know this yet, but we're going to talk to her about doing all the wine for this event, and we will have a good time. Right now we don't know ticket price, but we do know the date, and that is August 9th. It is a Thursday evening, so a great way to kick off your weekend.
Yeah.
Kick off for a long weekend. And then last,
Actually,
we missed something.
I want to go back, just so that people are informed about something that's
Yes.
happening in Eden. This is a big deal for several, for a lot of people in Eden. We missed it earlier.
Yeah, we did miss it. Right there it is.
Yeah. So the Goodwill Eden Career Center it's located in Kingsway Plaza now. They're closing that location, and I got a press release today, and I'm just going to read a couple sentences right from their press release, just so people understand what's going on. Triad Goodwill is moving locations and changing the way they serve job seekers in the Eden community. Starting July 2nd, the Career Center on Kings Highway is being closed. The Career Center coordinator, Laurie Southard, will continue to be available at the Goodwill retail store located at 303 East Arbor Lane. That's right across from Walmart. The RCC classes will be moved to 649 Washington Street, which is the location where the Brewing Science Center is. So that should create a pretty smooth transition for about 50% of the people that they serve at the center.
Right.
And so it's right there
Because
in
they still have
downtown Eden.
SCAT access.
SCAT goes there. So, just wanted to let the people know that 649 Washington Street will be the location of that, of the RCC classes. And while a big part of their move is due to overwhelming challenges in the lease facility. Goodwill is taking this opportunity to reevaluate the services in Eden and engage with the community in a different way. I was in a meeting with some of the Goodwill people earlier last week, and they're looking at maybe going out more towards outreach as opposed to coming into the center. So this is a good time for them to try this out. And like I said, Lori's going to be at the retail store. They've created an office in there for her. And then, and last but not least, you can also check out where to find your services by going to the Goodwill's website, triadgoodwill.org. So go
There you
there.
go.
If you have any questions about Goodwill and services that you've been getting or need to get, that's where you can go look, or you can go by the retail store and see Lori. So I just want to let people know that that's going to be a change in Eden that will affect a lot of people. And now, the last thing, and
to
it's
the last, but definitely not the least,
No,
is
it's-
probably the biggest event in
That's-
Eden.
That's why I want to mention it. It's not in our time frame that's between our next shows.
Right.
But it's big enough that we need to go ahead and start mentioning it. It's the Riverfest. It's our biggest event. It's in Old Leaksville. It's going to be September the 14th and 15th. If you're interested in having a booth or just coming, you know, start making your plans for September the 14th and 15th. And then I guess if you missed any of this information or events that we've gone through, you can also still go back to that the text message services and just sign up at Eden. You text Eden NC to 51660, and you can begin to get text messages, and they'll remind you about these events. Or you can always go to www.exploreedennc.com and get more information for any of these events and other tourism and events going on in Eden. So,
Wow, we've covered a lot.
we're okay on time.
Actually, we went over, but that's okay too, because this is what we're doing. But Neville, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you, Debbie, for having me.
Absolutely, and remember, exploreedennc.com.
Yeah.
exploreedennc.com. Anytime you need information, because that website is pretty well kept up to date.
Yep, the events will be there, posted.
Very good. All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you at events, and again, we will see you at the end of July. So, for Neville and myself, I'm Debbie Moore. We'll see you next time.
Good night.